Hey, so let's talk about another career that seems to be ending early.
Oh, a big
Zion,
man.
huh?
I said a big man, just like
Yeah,
Shaq.
yeah. Zion Street Clothes Williamson, man. So Zion, he's been out all year, and there's been a lot of speculation about when he's coming back, and we don't know when the hell he's coming back. And the Pelicans, they'll be the last to know when he's coming back because he doesn't talk to the Pelicans. CJ McCollum came out and said, that he hadn't heard from Zion yet since coming to the team. He'd only talked to a few people around him. And look, CJ has a podcast, a big podcast, and he's going to transition into the media after his career. He knew exactly what the hell he was doing. He wasn't Ant-Man at the podium just talking. Then you got JJ Redick, who played on the team, comes out and rips him for not reaching out to his teammate. And then, you start to peel back that onion. JJ played there. So when JJ says, yeah, he's a detached teammate, I fucking believe it because he played with him.
And and people forget this too. He would never want to down
a Duke guy.
Yeah,
that was just a Duke guy.
A deeper connection that they actually have.
And
because they're both, even though Zion only played there for 1 year, they're both considered Duke greats. Because JJ, he's really the one. I know Christian Laettner's the guy, but JJ was the guy I remember seeing. Terrence,
absolutely.
Him and Adam Morrison. I see, like during that era, those were
averaging damn near 30 a game in college. But listen to this: JJ's also a CAA guy, so same agency, and bro, players, especially when they're fresh out of the league and into the media, they're slow to rip players. Like you rarely catch players in the same, like players who played in the same generation, ripping one of those players from their generation. Mm-hmm. So for JJ to come out and say that, it's a lot worse than what we're seeing. And there's been whispers that, he's been eyeing New York, which makes no fucking sense at all because that's a shit show of a franchise run by a shitty owner.
He'll make more money. They'll pay him just for the name and the allure. And then you already got, even though I know they said Tibbs, which I don't know how you trade for somebody you don't want, but you already got Cam Reddish and you got RJ. So let's get the gang back together.
Let's get the gang back together and continue to disappoint our fans.
Yeah. So they lost in the Sweet 16, I think, didn't they?
Yeah, early. So man, I look at this Zion thing and call me crazy, call me a hot take artist, but man, it's starting to feel like it's similar to Ben Simmons' mental health. It's a legitimate thing that you're dealing with, but you're using it in order to gain leverage on your franchise and sit out. Am I crazy for thinking that?
No, you're not. And it's because he doesn't want to be there. And he gave you a full body of work basically last year. He's an all-star starter. He gave you, what was he? He was averaging probably 24, 25, maybe like 9 and 6 or 5 or something like that. Zion can play when he's on the floor, but I think Bill Parcells said it best. Your best ability is availability, and he's just not available. And so you look at a guy like Zion.
27 last year.
27? God damn. God, so he had been top 5 in scoring probably. Either way, the potential's there, and that's the point. Everybody knows that. And so, I don't know if it's New Orleans he doesn't like, and I don't blame him. Sorry, Lee's family. Sorry. Not sorry, Saints fans. But it's a smelly place, man. They got some good food. You can be there for 2 days. Give me 2 days. That's it. I can't do no more than 2 days. But smelly place, man. Attractive voices from the women. But, there's other places that you can go, and New York being one of them. You can be a Knick. Like, you know what I mean? You can play in Madison Square Garden every night, and everybody have your jersey on. You're on every billboard in Times Square. What did Jay-Z say? Well, he said Knicks and Nets give me high fives, but Zion giving Jay-Z high five. Like, you know what I mean? This stuff is real. And the Knicks probably have the money to sign them. And as disappointed as they've been, last year you saw the promise getting fucking beat by 5 by the Hawks. But you saw the promise and what they could have, and they could easily move on from Randall because they haven't paid him yet.
So yeah, they just paid him.
They did?
Yeah, you can flip it. He'll go back to New Orleans.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can make a move. And so, nonetheless, you set this guy up to go there. I do think that he's using that as a ploy to kind of get out of there And we've seen it before. Anthony Davis was kind of doing it too. Like, let's not forget that.
But hold on. Here's the thing about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was about to be an expiring contract. He was a year away from being an expiring contract. He had played 5 years in New Orleans. He was an all-NBA, consistent all-NBA player. He was a consistent all-star. He carried them to the playoffs. And for Zion Williamson to not want to play in New Orleans, who the hell do you think you are, Zion? You play 1 out of 3 fucking seasons, and you think, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna sit out until I can play where I want to play. I'm gonna turn down my extension. Guess what? If I'm David Griffin, I pull old play out of Daryl Morey's book. Because guess what? We got your rights. We can match that fucking contract, and we'll play hard ball all day long, Zion. I'm gonna be here a long time. You don't have enough skin in the game. Enough games played, no playoff runs, no top MVP finishes, no All-NBA finishes like that. Get the fuck out of here. I'm all about empowering players and giving players the opportunity to take their destiny in their own hand. But damn it, man, a contract has to mean a little bit of something. You got to show up to play for a little while and be able to be that top performer who says, you know what? You guys suck. Get me out of here. Not like nah, bro. New Orleans has put plenty enough talent around Zion in order for them to be a winner. Now they got rid of fucking Van Gundy, which was a terrible coaching hire, but they got rid of him, and now, nah, man, I can't get with the Zion shit, man. This is bullshit.
I think for it to be so early in his career, it definitely is. But I brought up Davis not to compare the two, but just in terms of in general using something as a way to get out. Like, I mean, think about it. And I guess Scotty didn't do this, but even in the Last Dance, we saw Scotty's ass could have been got that surgery, and he didn't do it because he didn't like the contract situation that he had in Chicago. He felt like he was underpaid. You're sucking Jordan's dick every day, and you're acting like I didn't do anything to help win these titles. And it's just like, no, you know what? I'm going to take my time. Once season starts, you know what, man, this is still bothering me. I think I'm going to go get some surgery. I'm going to miss a lot of games. And I think that Zion isn't letting on what he wants to. And, I mean, I think he's just naturally a big dude. So I think weight was always going to be an issue. But when it comes to even the injury itself, how the fuck do you keep having this foot injury? Like, what's going on with your foot, man? And why was this not a concern coming into the league? And now all of a sudden it is.
And why did the team find out right before training camp? Like, why are you not communicating with the team? Why are you not in the facility working out, rehabbing? Why are you not close to the team? I do. Again, I'm all for empowering players, but guess what? They're the reason why we have structure set in place. And, you know, one thing we're seeing with players bouncing around, there's less commitment to teams from the fans as well. And it dilutes the product. And I think you have to earn the right to be an Aaron Rodgers. You have to earn the right to be a LeBron. You have to earn the right to be Kevin Durant. And even Anthony Davis, the Pelicans benched him once he made his trade request and they didn't trade him. They were like, okay, we know we're going to move you in the offseason because you're going to be an expiring. So we're not going to damage the asset. You know, they benched him. As far as they knew, as far as we knew, Anthony Davis still would have played. So I support using leverage when you have it. But come on, dog, you're in your rookie contract. You haven't been healthy. Ja's out here he's gonna have a home playoff series right now.
Has a legitimate chance of making some noise.
They could make the Western Conference Finals this year.
They could. They really could.
CP3 is out 6 to 8 weeks. Draymond has a bad back. Does his back get better by the end of the year?
Well,
Probably
Golden
not.
State just has it. Man, since he's went out, they just don't look right to me.
No.
They this young talent that we thought they had, and I don't know if Clay is throwing, and Clay obviously doesn't look the same, but I don't know if he's throwing it off or whatever, but they don't look right. Memphis, look.
I know.
As long as the Nuggets, because I think Porter Jr.'s out for the year, and then of course, you know.
Oh, don't get me started on superstar Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray's a good basketball player, man.
Yeah, he gives you 20 a game, 5 assists.
But in the playoffs, he can go for 45, 50. And we saw it. I granted in the bubble, which I don't put an asterisk next to bubble championships, but I do put an asterisk next to the bubble. Because I talked about something like that. You said when I said something about Anthony Davis, you brought up the bubble, and I was like, shit. Fucking TJ Warren looked like an all-star in the bubble. You know, he did. He looked like a fucking all NBA player.
Because you take away
like one. Jamal Murray looked like all fucking, like, I'm talking first and second team niggas. Like,
because you're taking away all of the distractions. Like, they don't have women. I mean, sure, I know people are drinking and smoking and stuff like that, but they don't have to deal with women. They're more so focused on basketball. You don't even got to deal with your like family for real, because they're not there. Because if you look at the Knicks, the last year, part of the reason why I think the Knicks were so much better then than they are now, no fans in the arena. It's a different environment.
Pressure. Yeah, the pressure wasn't the same on the Knicks.
Those factors.
Those fans do put pressure on them.
Exactly. And I don't know if Zion's ready to get booed at home. I don't know if he's ready to fit in a uniform.